There are 4 reasons why I recommend calisthenics to patients versus weights. I'll explain exactly what those 4 reasons are, and at the end of the video, I'll tell you what my personal program is regarding calisthenics. So let's get into it. So number 1, the first reason I give patients calisthenics rather than weight training is for injury prevention. I'm going to give you a perfect example. Let's talk about the difference between a push-up and a bench press. They look the same, they seem the same. One is facing down, one is facing up, so what's the difference? I'm going to tell you the details. A push-up is essentially a plank with arm movement. So when you do a push-up, your whole body has to stabilize itself and stabilize the shoulder to protect the rotator cuff as you're going through the motion of the push-up. So when you're facing down and you're doing that, there's a lot of extraneous muscles being used to actually execute the push-up. In addition to that, your scapula, which is the wing bone back here, goes through a full range of motion in order to do the push-up. Now let's contrast that with doing a bench press, which looks exactly the same, except in this case you're on a bench looking up. In that particular case, the stabilizing muscles do not get activated and turned on. Thus, the rotator cuff itself has to work extra hard in order to try to stabilize the shoulder. In addition to that, with a bench press, you are locked against the table, and thus your scapula cannot contribute to the range of motion or the stability of that range of motion. Now, it's for this reason that I see a lot of patients that get rotator cuff tears, impingement. They're doing heavy bench presses or a lot of bench pressing, and what ends up happening is they really mess up their rotator cuff. Lastly, you can just Google this one. Many people will tear their pecs. This is largely because of the things I just mentioned, as well as ego, and they're trying to bench press too much. And I've had many patients that have torn their pec muscle from bench pressing. Have you ever heard of anybody tearing their pec with push-ups? The answer is no, and that is why I recommend that someone do calisthenics and not weightlifting. The second reason is it's free. And what I mean is not free in terms of money, but free from government control. The last 3 years, we have seen something happen that haven't seen much in my lifetime, is the government can actually tell a business to shut down. And in the last 3 years, because of the virus that shall not be named, because we can't say the name because the algorithm will catch it and I'll get in trouble, but you know what I'm talking about. There was a period of time where the government actually shut down gyms. They had the freedom to tell you that you can't work out. And many people didn't work out. In fact, the joke was it was called the whatever 19, but people didn't gain 19 pounds. I had patients that gained 40, 50, 60 pounds during that time because they weren't able to work out. They weren't free to work out. Calisthenics, no one can tell you what you can and cannot do. You can work out indoors, you can work out outdoors, you can go to a park and work out, you can work out in your backyard. This is the real benefit. In fact, people had to hunker down into their house and were not allowed to leave in some countries. Well, do you realize even in prison, people are able to do calisthenics? In fact, you're not going to see many people in prison gaining 60 pounds once they enter prison. If they knew what was good for them, they'd start working out really hard. Because I haven't been to prison, but from the footage that I've seen, you better get strong. The third reason calisthenics are so much better than weights is because of cost. And here what I'm talking about is the actual money. Many patients, when they come into my office, they set everything down right over here on the windowsill, and a lot of times I will see that they have a little thing on their key ring. Different gyms are in town. We have Fitness 19, we have Orange Theory, a bunch of them actually, and they all have their little things on the key ring. And so I ask them, oh, you go to Fitness 19? And most patients go, yeah, kind of. And I say, well, what do you mean kind of? And they say, well, I haven't gone in probably 9 months. And I say, well, how much does that gym membership cost? And people will say, oh, it's only $20. There's one gym in town that's over $50. I believe now it's $55 a month to be part of their gym. Now, the joke of all of this is, if you were to work out once a month, how much would you pay to work out? Well, if you're paying $20, that workout costs you $20. Or if you're paying $55, one workout costs you $55. Would you go in with cash and just work out and pay $55 each time? So the answer is, if you're gonna join a gym, you better get your money's worth. Now think about this. Let's say you're paying conservatively let's do $24 per month, and you work out 3 times a week as an average of 12 times per month. Each workout costs you $2. Do you know how much it costs me to do push-ups and pull-ups? Cost me nothing. Now, some will argue that you can go ahead and buy some weights and have them at home, but the equipment necessary for most people that like to work out would cost you quite a bit. And again, because of the other reasons, that's why calisthenics are my go-to when it comes to rehabbing patients. The fourth and final reason why I prefer calisthenics to weights in terms of getting patients to exercise is simply because it is less complicated. I can actually show a patient how to do a push-up, how to do a squat, how to do a calf raise. We could show them how to do rows, inverted rows. We can show them how to work with bands or their own body weight against resistance for their backside of their deltoid to rehab their rotator cuff. These are all things that I can actually show a patient in my office without any equipment. There's no complicating factors of, oh, you have to go to a gym, or I have to meet you at a gym to show you how to use this machine. And when you're actually able to show a patient how to do the exercise and it's not complicated, they tend to remember how to do it. So the great news is, whether they go on vacation or they're stuck at home or they're at work, most patients can find a way to do some form of calisthenics to exercise or rehab their injuries without too much fuss, or faff. I notice the English tend to use the word faff. I don't know what it means, but I think this is an appropriate time. I might make a t-shirt with that. Calisthenics is no faff. I could probably sell that. So my wife and I are gonna go for a walk. I'm waiting for her. Check this out. Look at this color of this tree. This is in our front yard. Is this insane? So I'm not a big workout guy in terms of calisthenics because I mainly want to just ride my bike, but I know the importance of full body workouts. So as we go for a walk, I'm going to show you the very quick 6-minute workout that I do for the upper body. For lower body, I'll generally do squats and lunges and calf raises and glute bridges. I'll show you that on another video in the future. If you want to learn more, and I'm not sponsored by this company, I have no relation to this company, but if you really want to learn some good calisthenic moves, Calisthenics Movement on YouTube, I'll put their link down below in the description if you want to look at them. They're German, I believe, and they have a lot of good, solid information. Very, very legitimate. They're not selling anything in particular, just showing good exercises. But come on, wife. Where is she? I'm gonna go get her. We'll go for a walk. If I was a smart YouTuber, I would take my shirt off with a glistening body and do my calisthenics like that.
Be a little nipply.
It would be a little nipply out right now, actually. So it's a little cold. That's why I have my jacket on. So we'll do it this way. All right. So let's do this.
Dun, 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 dun.
Actually, don't do that.
Oh, sorry.
Now we're gonna get demonetized. All right. Eye of the Tiger. You could sing that because
Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger. Okay.
What are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna tell my wife that I love her.
She loves you too.
Does she?
I think so.
Is she gonna be watching this?
Probably.
So what's your name? Don't answer.
Shh.
This is what movies are made of. All right, so I just knock out some pull-ups or chin-ups today, just for variety. Then I'm gonna do some push-ups, and I'll show you some other stuff too.
I'm gonna pump you up.
Don't let me make me laugh.
$999. Oh.
Almost did it.
Should do one coming down the slide.
Do a push-up down the slide?
No, just slide down the slide.
Like a child?
Yeah.
Who does that?
You.
I do. I want to hit my head. I don't know, babe. I don't think this is gonna work. I don't fit.
That might hurt.
I might do it this way.
Yeah, that's a better idea.
Wouldn't it be funny if I actually got hurt doing this?
No, that wouldn't be funny.
Wow, that's fast.
Woo!
That made me nervous. All right.
Where are you doing next? Now what?
I'm gonna do some more push-ups. This is taking too long.
Yeah, a little.
I promised you.
I like to be with you.
You do.
Yeah.
I promised you a good time on our walk. The remainder of the walk, we will talk about you and all the things you want to do with money that we earn from YouTube.
Awesome.
$30. That's how much dinner cost
Yeah.
at the little, where did we go? Where did we go?
Urbane Cafe.
Urbane Cafe. Maybe we can get sponsored by them though.
Maybe.
Opposite a dinner. One more thing, and then we'll go for our walk.
What is it?
What is what?
What's the one more thing?
That's the most important thing. This. Ask me what that is.
What is that?
That is the most important thing. Say, but what is it, Curly?
But what is it, Curly?
That is what you need to figure out.
Ah.
What's that from? Billy Crystal? Daniel Stern?
Oh,
The other guy?
the other guy. Yeah, City Slickers.
There you go. Greatest philosophical movie ever made. Okay, so this.
Dips.
Huh?
Is it dips?
I can't do dips.
Oh.
Too many things with the shoulder for me.
Mm.
So I do isometrics. I just hold it and I'll bring my knees up for my abs. Just like this. I just hold it here. If I want to show off, I'll straighten it like this. But I don't want to do that. Get up
What
there.
don't you want to do?
Straightening.
Ah.
I got a cramp in my thigh.
Oh. Ow.
Yeah. But I can move around like this. There's different positions. And it's good for your shoulders. That way you become, what is it, ripped, cut. All those names.
Don't put me in it.
I'm not gonna put you in it. I don't want people to know how beautiful you are. How awesome you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hater's gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
Who cares about haters? But anyway, that's my workout for today. Let's go for a walk.
Now, when you start doing calisthenics, you're gonna start feeling stronger, but you're not gonna necessarily grow bigger muscles. However, those muscles do need to recover from the workouts. And there's a number of things that you can do to help recovery. But the most important, if you're over 55 years old and you're starting to notice that you don't recover from workouts as much, very often a better night's sleep can help. Our body needs certain minerals that will help us sleep and calm down our nervous system. And I take magnesium in order to do that. So before bedtime, about an hour before, I'll take 2 magnesium tablets, and it really helps me sleep. And I find the better I sleep, the better I recover from my workouts. Now, when we have deep sleep, 2 things happen. Number 1, we produce more testosterone, and number 2, we produce more growth hormone. Both of these will help build muscle, help shed fat, and help us recover from our workouts. So the magnesium that I take is this one. It's Magnesium Breakthrough. It's from a company called Bioptimizers. You can take whatever magnesium you want, but I'll tell you, I've tried a lot of different magnesium products, and I'm gonna recommend this one. This is the video sponsor, so you have to take that into consideration. However, what you can do is take a competitor's magnesium, try it out for a month, and then simply buy 1 bottle of this and try that out for a month and see for yourself. I don't have to convince you. I don't have to tell you that, you know, this one's the best. You'll figure it out. You're smart enough. But magnesium really helps for a number of things. It's an electrolyte and a mineral that helps our body in many different ways, but in particular for me, it helps me sleep. So if you want to look at this particular one, I'll put a link down below. You can get a discount on your first order and give it a try and see if it's something that you like. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. Do YouTubers still have to say that? Do people not know to give us a thumbs up or subscribe if they want? I don't know. Let me know in the comments section if I should say this at the end. I always love it when YouTubers in the beginning of their video say, please subscribe, or they want you to give a thumbs up in the beginning, and it's like, dude, I haven't even watched the video yet. Let me see if I like you first. Anyway, those are the things I think about. All right, work out. Start calisthenics. It's good for you. It's good for me.